Hello, hello. Welcome today. Are you guys excited? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I didn't even sleep last night. I was up so late, and then, when you stay up past when you normally go down to sleep, and then you just can't get to sleep, and then I slept restlessly for, I don't know, a few hours, but I've just been so excited to share this with you guys. So first, I wasn't sleeping because we did not have the product in our hands, and I was so anxious to get it, to hear that it was in Des Moines, and then to get it off of the train, and then to get it to our location and load it and check it all. And it looks fabulous, and so that was a weight lifted off my shoulders. And then I wasn't sleeping because I've been so excited to share it with you guys. So as you're popping on here, tell me hello, where you're watching from, and I'd also love to hear if you own our Simple Strips. I think for many of you, just based on the excitement for this collection, the answer is probably yes. So if you have a favorite Simple Strips, I would love to hear that too, or one that you find you use the most. So pop in here and tell me hello. We've got Julianne, Diane, Lisa, Bonnie, Karen. Awesome, awesome. I love seeing all the familiar names, and it sure would be nice if we could all just actually see each other. I know you can do that on Zoom. It gets a little complicated with hundreds of people, but I love seeing your names pop through. Hi, Kathy and Christine. Annabeth is here. Annabeth says that she took a peek at the products at 9 o'clock. That is right. They launched at 9. We've got some videos out to walk you through the collection, but I wanted to make sure I could pop on here right at 9:30 and share. I know it's just a little bit different to see things up close and personal than what you see in a video clip. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys to learn more about our Simple Storage collection. So before I get started, I wanted to say if you guys would share this video, I'd love to get more people watching. Make sure we can share the Simple Storage with as many crafters as possible. And this is not just for Simple Strips. This is for many different items in your craft room. So I will go through all of that. We have some exciting things going on, including, you're gonna have to tune in until the very end because I'll be announcing a partnership that we are doing with a reputable storage company in our craft industry. So I'm very excited about that. And then also I have a giveaway. So you're gonna have to wait till the end for that giveaway and the information on how you could be a winner. So tune in throughout this whole process and share with your friends. The giveaway will also be ready, or will be available for those of you to comment and who are watching a replay. So if you're not able to watch when this is live, you can still win the giveaway on the replay. All right, looks like we've got more people. Heather's here. Hi, Heather, and Beth, and Marge, and another Christine. Awesome. Okay, so we have been long anticipating this collection, and altogether it probably has taken us about 9 months of work to go into the products that you see down here in front of me, which when I laid them out yesterday and knowing everything that went into creating these products, I was just, oh man, I was humbled for a little bit and just really excited again to share them with you guys. And I thought it might be fun to tell you guys a little bit more about how something like this comes together, because we didn't take these products from a catalog that we were provided and just change the colors, or these are from absolute scratch products that we designed and came up with. And I think it's fun to hear a little bit about how the product development process works. So hang in with me just for a few more minutes. So usually product development starts with a problem, and we're trying to solve the problem. So in this case, the problem was, you guys were telling us we were finding, and I was finding in my own craft room, mountains of Simple Strips that I didn't have a way to store. So they just flew into baggies and bigger baggies and baggies of Simple Strips, all pre-cut and ready to go. But when I wanted to find the one I wanted, it was difficult. So we were looking for a storage solution that would allow you to store your Simple Strips and find them easily. In addition, we were hoping to come up with something that would store your blender brushes. And kind of how product development works is we have this problem, and then when I say we, it's not just me. I have a team of people that I work with, and one of the people who had a huge part in this collection is Jamie Sibley. Jamie, I hope you're out there. Say hello to everyone. Jamie has been working with me for, gosh, I don't know, Jamie, like 12, 13 years, ever since Tailored Expressions started. We've been friends for over 15 years. So she has been behind the scenes doing product development in a lot of different ways. And she often provides a place for me to bounce thoughts and ideas off of and comes up with amazing ideas of her own, which in this case, the simple storage is totally Jamie. So we chatted on the phone and I mentioned I'd really like to get started on a collection that will store our simple strips, and I'm also working on this tote idea, and I bounced some different things back and forth with her on here are some ideas I have of how it could work, and we kind of ended the conversation with, well, we've got some things to think about and we'll revisit down the road. We'll both take some time to think more about it. Well, in true Jamie fashion, the next day she sends me a video of a piece of cardstock that she has scored and folded and mocked up to create small compartments that fit in a larger case. And she also figured out how this case would store blender brushes for easy travel, which was the other issue we were kind of working on. So all of this came together through cardstock mock-ups, which some of the best products do that. You draw Sharpie drawings, you piece things together with cut cardstock and a little bit of adhesive, and before you know it, you have a product. So I created my own mock-ups from her video and sent them off to our manufacturing partners, and then we were off. So from there, we started developing specs for a tote. The cases that I mentioned, they store more than just simple strips, which I'll show you here in a minute. But I think this whole collection is something that's useful for everyone in every craft room, or whether you're traveling with your supplies or staying put in your craft room, something for everybody here. So, oh, I also forgot one little detail. Usually, at least once during the process, we look at each other and we say, should we just scrap it? Is this just not working? Is it not gonna pan out? So back and forth over a period of 6 months with the manufacturer, tweaking the design, making sure it does everything we want. It's just perfected in that time, and there's always something that comes up that makes you feel like, is this even worth continuing anymore? Should we just scrap it and start over? So of course we had those times, but we always persevere and bring you guys what we think is the best possible product we can give you. So are you ready to check it out? Are you ready? Okay. It looks like, hopefully you're ready to see. I'm gonna switch it to, here we go. So you guys should be seeing the full screen down in front of me. Hannah says now maybe she'll get her craft room organized. I think that organization is probably something that is ever evolving and it never quite ends. So you just have to figure out what's working for you now and then tweak it when it stops working. And so yes, I agree. I have found things in this collection that are really going to help me to store different things in my craft room and also to travel with them. So I do a lot of back and forth crafting since I work from home and I work at the office. I've got a studio in both places, and I just love that I can take this collection with me. And hopefully when we get back to crafting more in person, this is something that will be useful for you guys as you travel to other people's houses or crops or that kind of thing as well. Okay, so the whole idea starts with the simple storage case. So this case comes empty. It features 2 latches on the side. It's made of plastic. And then the lid just opens up like this, kind of like a clamshell case. It has our cute little logo screen printed on the front, and it fits tons of different craft items. So the empty case here that I'm showing is $5. And I also wanted to show one of my pet peeves when I get a plastic product is getting a sticker on the front that I can't get off. So I thought of that before we went forward with this, and I asked our manufacturer to please use an easy to remove vinyl sticker. So you will find that if you just get your fingernail under here and you pick it off, and it's gonna come right off the front without any residue left behind. You don't have to get out your Goo Gone. That is going to be a lifesaver, especially for me, as I've gotten many of these cases already filled in my craft room. I have appreciated that detail. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few things that I put in the cases. They are designed to fit 15 of our mini ink cubes. Now, when I open this up, you can see that it is a little bit tough. They are in there pretty tightly, so it's a little bit tough to get them out of there. I can finally, once I get one of them out, it's easier to get the others out, and sometimes I just go like this, grab one, and then kind of play that Rubik's Cube game if I need to get another one out, shift them around. But I wanted to recommend that if it frustrates you to get your fingers in those small spaces, to get them out, then you might want to just store 14 ink cubes if you're going to go that route for your ink cube storage. But it does store up to 15 of our mini ink cubes. It also stores Copic markers. So if you're traveling and you have a certain project you're working on, or you want to just take this little bit with you for a weekend trip, it holds 14 Copic markers. Of course, it would fit other brands. This is just what I use. So you can fit your Brush Marker Pros, you can fit your Zig markers, you can fit a lot of the different alcohol marker brands that are on the market. But 14 Copics for reference do fit in that case. And then I have one, this might be my personal favorite case. This is my little essentials case. So it fits, what I was able to stuff in here was everything I would need to do some stamping. So I've got my acrylic block, I have my scissors, a little bit of adhesive, and then over on the side, I stuck an X-Acto knife. I don't use one very often, but I just wanted to show you that something else will fit there. So then I also have down below a tweezers and my Crystal Katana pickup tool. So lots of different things you can fit in one little case and kind of grab it and go with it. Now I mentioned we also wanted a solution for storing your blender brushes. So I was going to walk you guys through what that looks like. I have my blender brushes here, and 5 blender brushes will fit in each case. One of the problems with traveling with blender brushes that I found is the caddy is not designed to travel. So it will fall apart on you if you're lifting it a lot or moving it. You can glue it together so that it doesn't fall apart, but if you don't want to do that, traveling with your brushes is tricky using the caddy. So we wanted to come up with a solution for traveling with your brushes. Now, I learned the hard way. The first time I traveled with my brushes, I just took the whole shebang and stuck them in a baggie and made it to my event space, and then my purple ink had bled onto the bristles of my yellow ink because they were up against each other. So that was frustrating to me. And we wanted a storage solution that would allow you to travel with your brushes without the bristles touching each other, so you don't get that transfer of ink. So I'm going to show you how this works with the case. We're going to go back and forth. So bristles up here, and then bristles down, and then bristles up, and bristles down, and bristles up, just like that. So they fit all 5 brushes in the case, latch the sides, and then you have one case filled, and we can do the other one just as easily. I should have put the pink in the other case, but I didn't, so you guys can get these arranged just the way that you like, depending on the colors that you use often. But then you have 2 cases just like that. All your brushes in 2 wonderful hard cases that aren't going to get stained on your bristles, and now you can take them wherever you want. So we do have a product that we also developed to allow you to easily take your cases with you. So this is our tag-along tote. It's made of a teal fabric that is wipeable, so if you were to get anything on here, you could wipe it off easily. It features 2 tones of the teal, so the darker for the base, and then the piping and the handle is in the lighter teal. Of course, we have our adorable Crafty Grumpling zipper pull that you can unzip the case down the center just like this. Open it up. Now you can lay it down on your craft surface, but also we made the front and the back clear so you can see exactly what's in your tote. So if you know you're looking for, let's say, Simple Strips birthday, you can see from the front that it's in there. Or if you have a tote with your blender brushes in it and a tote with your inks in it, you can see which is which. So then you just pull the cases out of there. And if I wanted to, since we already filled these, I'll go ahead and put these back in here. So just kind of pull the edge over the side. They do fit in there nice and snugly, so nothing's gonna move around on you once it's in these cases. And then they just fit back to back like this, and you zip it back up again. Just like that. And you have all your brushes all together in one easy case. Now, of course, you can use these totes for any of the other items that I showed you. You could put your ink in there and your little essentials kit and your Copics, whatever you want to put in these totes. Now, the totes are, let's see, I have my price list here. They're $19 for the tote, which comes with 2 empty cases in it. So these cases will hold whatever supplies you want to put in them. They come empty. So your $19 tote gets you the outer fabric shell and then the 2 cases on the inside. Okay, so that's the tag along tote. Now let's talk about what everybody has been begging for, which is the simple storage for Simple Strips. So this, as I mentioned, was Jamie's mock-up that originally happened in cardstock and came through several iterations. So we ended up at the perfect point that provides an excellent storage solution for your Simple Strips. I'll pull this out here. Actually, why don't I pull out one that I have? Let's see. I have one that's all filled here. So let me get that out. Okay, so here's one that I have filled with my sentiments. And you can see if I open it up here, some of them have tipped over, but it's easy to just turn them back the other direction, like this. Okay, so it includes 2 layers of molded plastic inserts. So the molded plastic inserts will store up to 19 sentiment strips. Now, each sentiment set that we have for Simple Strips has 18 different sentiments in it. So you can either end up with one open space or you can find something else that you want to put in there. We did that, and this was one of the iterations that we had to go through, was figuring out that in order for these 2 to nest on top of each other, there had to be an odd number of openings. So that's why we went with the 19 versus just doing the 18. So as I mentioned, these 2 will nest on top of each other and keep your sentiments in each of their little compartments. So when you're organizing these, you can choose to organize them by the stamp, or you could organize them by the particular occasion. So if you have a lot of birthday strips and you want to put all your birthday, I think it kind of works a little bit similarly because we have our Simple Strips birthday, so that would mean all of your birthday sentiments are together. But it's up to you how you decide you want to store those. Now I will mention, actually let me show you this case again with the empty inserts because I don't want to mess up my nicely put together ones. Okay, so you can see here I have the 2 inserts. This one is the bottom insert and it does not have a side on it. So you'll want to keep that in the bottom of your case because the sides of the case provide the sides so that your sentiments don't slip out. Now the reason we did that is because these longer sentiments will fit perfectly right from end to end. However, the longer ones do not fit in the top because the top of the case has the sides on it. So the thought is that when you're creating, you can just take this top piece out because your sentiments have your inserts have a side on them so your sentiments won't escape. So you can just pull this out, set it over here or on your craft desk so that you can view both of the inserts filled with the sentiments at the same time. And then when you're ready to put it back in, just slip it back in the case and close it down. Now, one other thing that we thought of with these is, I know as crafters, we can often have a case of the dropsies, and it would be so sad if you dropped this and all of your sentiments got kind of messed around. So what we did with this is create a case that when it's closed, that top insert is flush with the lid of your case. And so if you are to shake it around back and forth, your sentiments might flip over, but they will not get messed in with each other. So you should never have to reorganize again. So I have my sentiments in here based on the different colors of cardstock that I have stamped them in. And then, you use one or two of them and you're left with all these others. Down the center here is a thumb slot, or in my case, I use kind of my pointer finger. So if I want to pick out any of these or flip them over, I use this center area. So it's an easy finger notch to be able to flip those and see what sentiment is in each one. Makes sense? Any questions on the simple storage case? It is going to change my world because I had, like I said, baggies upon baggies of sentiments that I spent time organizing this week because I finally had cases to put them in. So it looks like you guys are thinking this is pretty exciting too. Good. Okay, one other thing I did not mention that I know people are going to ask, so I want to cover sentiments with backers on them. So obviously when you put a backer on your sentiment, it makes it larger. And so some of these long ones, actually, why don't I pull out this one because it's empty. So some of these long ones are not going to fit all the way across in the case. One way that you could store these if you already have them on backers is to just set them down the center. When you're storing these, you will notice that they do not lay flat in the bottom. They kind of angle up because they are not, with that extra width on there, the compartments are not designed to fit exactly the width of the backer. They're made to fit the sentiment. And I have covered this before, and I know people have asked on our fan page about storing the backers. And so what I usually say to people is typically, I did these before the video, but typically I do not put backers on my sentiments until I'm ready to put them on a card, because I never know what color backer I might want. So I don't want to waste my sentiments if all of a sudden I want a red backer to match my card, but I've already put all of these on black and then I have to restamp and redo. So I store my sentiments just like this, and then if I want the backer, I will simply cut the one that I need to fit this and put it right onto the card, rather than storing the backers already on the sentiments. And usually when I'm cutting the backers, I do not cut the entire backer. I will count down from the top. Okay, I need number 7, and I'll cut a strip of number 7 and put it behind that particular area of the die and send that through. So I don't have a ton of backers just sitting around, but there are other options for storing those as well. You could certainly continue with your whatever system you're using for the backers, or you can put them in here for the ones that will fit in there. I would say a good majority of them do fit. Just those longer, maybe 3 or 4, are not going to fit across. Let's see if this one does. But nope, not quite. But they will fit this direction if you wanted to go that route and store them in the thumb holes. All right, let's see. I'm trying to think if I have missed anything that I wanted to share with you guys about those. Oh, I did want to share one idea that we talked about here in the office yesterday. You could store your sentiments in the order that they appear on the stamp set. That might help you with your organization. So whatever is the top of the sentiment stamp, you would store a number 1. So then when you're going to make a backer, all you'd have to do is count down here and know which backer that you have to make. And actually it works out perfectly because those longer sentiments are in numbers 10 through 18, so they would be on this back row that needs that extra length anyway. Okay, let's see. Nicole says, can the backers be stored at the bottom underneath the insert? They can. Like I mentioned though, you will want to be careful when you take this layer, if you take it out, because it does not have sides on it. So you can see the sentiments come out of there. So if you're going to take this out of the case in order to get at whatever you have stored in the bottom here, you'll just want to do that carefully. So you certainly could do it that way though as well. All right, let's get them back in their homes here, and we'll close this case up and move on to the next excitement. Did you see what I almost just did? I almost took this one and closed it in here. So don't do that. Make sure you take this out and put it over here and then close it, or you will be sad. Okay, so the next product I want to show you is something very simple, but I love good organization. And so we have these simple strips stickers, and they are designed to fit perfectly on the ends of your cases. So you can see I've made them in a rainbow of colors to go with the simple strips that we have. And in case you're wondering, there is one on here that is releasing soon. So if you're wondering, hey, I don't have that one, why don't I have that one? Because it hasn't been released yet, but it is included on the sticker sheet, because my thought is you're probably going to want it when it comes out. So you have we have 8 different simple strips, stamps, and they each have a sticker to put on the edge of your case. Okay, last but certainly not least, I have saved the exciting partnership to talk about. So if you tuned into the blog this morning or the website, then perhaps you already know what we are doing here, but I'm going to get this put back together, and then it is big, so I can't show you down here on my workspace. I'm going to have to switch you guys around, and all right. Okay, so the partnership, dun da da da, drum roll, is with the amazing Stamp and Storage. So you guys know Stamp and Storage for their really high quality craft storage units. The cabinets that they build are second to none. They are amazing. And we are so excited that we are able to partner with Stamp and Storage to sell you a shelf for your simple storage cases. So this is the shelf that fits 8 cases in it. So it would fit one. You can see I have them all rainbowed out here. It fits each one of our simple strips cases with the different sentiments in them. Of course, you can also fit your other supplies, and sorry, this is getting heavy, but the other amazing, let's see what side I'm on here. Okay. The other amazing part of this case is that it's designed to fit side by side in the IKEA Kallax units. So if you have one of those for your craft room and you're already storing your cardstock and your ink and all of the other items that Stamp and Storage creates for you to store in those Kallax units, you can store 2 of these side by side. So the price on the cabinet is $59.75, I believe. And this partnership is going to work really amazingly because you can place your order directly from Stamp and Storage. They are set up to produce, ship, take all of your customer needs and care for you. And so you will need to check out on their website. And there is a link on our website. If you're looking for the case, you can travel through that link. We've got those up on all kinds of places, so you can grab yourself as many cabinets as you need. And I should mention too that right now the cabinet is a pre-order item. They are expecting to start shipping these in 3 weeks. So just so you're aware, you will start receiving your cabinets in 3 weeks' time, and you will not be disappointed by this amazing cabinet. I'm so excited. I can't wait to put mine in my stamp room at home and at work and get all of my little sentiments all put away, and I'm just so excited. So I hope you guys are excited too about what I've shared with you today. Now, I mentioned at the beginning a giveaway, so now's the time. I am going to give away one of our entire Simple Storage collection. So one winner will receive a Simple Storage cabinet that I just showed you with 8 Simple Storage cases for simple strips and a tote with 2 empty cases in it. So that's one of everything new that we're offering, and one lucky winner is going to receive that. Now, if you happen to check out already on the website or you purchase, which I'm not sure how fast these are going to go, so I wouldn't recommend waiting to see if you're the winner, but we will go ahead and refund your amount if you do go ahead and purchase and end up winning the collection. So in order to be fair to those that have to work or couldn't watch today, we are going to allow replay people to comment as well. And all I need you to do to win or be eligible to win is say, pick me. So if you say, pick me, I'm going to go through the comments after this evening. So about probably 10 o'clock tonight, I will choose the winner and we will announce that tomorrow on the Tailored Expressions blog and on our social media pages. So I see lots of pick me's coming through. So that's awesome. We're talking about painting your storage. Yes, you can paint it. You can stain it, paint it whatever color that would match your specific craft room. I actually leave mine in the natural wood, and I will say that this wood is just soft, like butter. It is so nice, and I think you will be happy just leaving it looking natural as well, especially if you're going to end up storing it in those calyx units. Most of the shelf is, I guess, recessed into the cube area, and so you don't see a lot of it except for just the front facing portion. So I leave mine the natural wood, but you could paint or stain, or if you want to come paint or stain mine for me, you could do that. All right, so I'm going to let you guys keep saying pick me if you would like to receive our entire Simple Storage collection, and you can find all of it right now on the Tailored Expressions website. So one more thing before I go, we are also offering a promotion through Sunday. Our Simple Strip stamps are 15% off. So if there are any you need to grab for your collection, now is the time to do that. You can fill out your whole collection and get the 7 that we currently have available right now at 15% off. The dies are not included in the sale, just FYI. So, all right. Thank you guys so much for joining me today in my excitement to share what's new at Tailored Expressions. We appreciate you and hope you love this as much as we do. So have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.